Okay, it's 101. So why don't we get started? Thank you everybody for joining us today for this topic. I know it's really topical um, thing to talk about these days. We have received lots of questions about AI and how organizations can make use of it. So we're really excited to bring our guests, our special guests from the AI Hub at Durham College, here today to speak with you and to talk about some of the ways you can look at leveraging AI to give your organization a competitive advantage. I'm going to hand it over to Natalie Arthurs right now to introduce her team from Durham, and then I'll have a few more comments, and then we'll get right into it. Natalie.
Great. Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you for having us here today. We really appreciate it. My name is Natalie Arthurs. I'm the Senior Manager at the AI Hub at Durham College, and I just really want to briefly introduce our team. We're thrilled to be speaking with you today, and in speaking with Paul, understand that there was an interest in sort of tapping into the expertise we have here at Durham College, and it's my pleasure to introduce you to Vitu, who is one of our principal investigators. Vitu has a deep expertise in all things AI, and he works in the private sector as well as a principal investigator with our organization. And what that means is he works directly with companies to help them leverage their AI. And we also have Amber Moores, who is our industry liaison. And it's really Amber's role to bring companies into the AI Hub and make sure that they are aware of and can tap into the resources that we have at the AI Hub. I know after Paul gives his comments, we'll talk a little bit more about who we are as an organization and why we're here today, and then really thrilled to just give you a bit of a tour of the trends in AI and how really you can leverage it in the small medium business context to position yourself for future success. So Paul, Anita, and the team here at Horn, we really appreciate being here today and look forward to diving into the conversation.
Great, thanks, Natalie. Yeah, and I'll introduce myself. I've met most of you, but I haven't met everybody. My name's Paul Cleary. I'm the CEO and founder of Horn IT. And I've been in IT for a long time. And there was actually a time in the 80s when I taught at Durham College. So I have fond memories of the organization there. Horn IT, as you know, we are advisory company in IT, but also a managed security services company. And we've been working in the Durham region and beyond for about 22 years. So we work with most of you as clients or as people that we've come in touch with. So thank you for coming. We appreciate you giving up an hour of your time. Just a little bit about the webinar format. What we want to do is we want to save questions to the end of the call. However, if you have a technical issue, sound isn't working or something like that, or you can't see the slide, feel free to raise your hand or to put something into the chat or the Q&A about that. Otherwise, if you can put your questions for the end into the Q&A so that we get a little bit of a preparation on that, we will try and run through them at the end of the webinar. We are going to be providing you with a link to the recording and the slide deck when we are finished. So if you're registered, we're just going to be sending that out automatically. If you think there's somebody else who would find value from this, feel free to send us a note about that, and we will be happy to get that out to them as well. And are there any questions before we begin with the presentation? Okay, in that case, let's get started. Vitu, I'll hand it over to you.
Thank you, Paul. Can everyone see my screen? Yes?
Yep.
Okay, okay, perfect.
So before V2 dives into the AI overview, I just wanted to spend a couple of minutes on what the AI Hub is. So we are part of Durham College. We are an applied research center located at the Oshawa North Campus. And really we operate as a technology studio that helps companies. So we work exclusively with industry partners, primarily with small, medium businesses, to unlock the full potential of AI. We've been around since 2018, and during that time, we've worked with more than 150 companies and unlocked close to $5 million in investment. You can think of us sort of like a service provider of AI. And B2, if you want to just go to the next slide, essentially there's 3 ways that we work with companies to help them with their AI adoption. There's strategic advisory services where we'll operate like a consultant to really help you navigate the whole range of AI technologies, whether you want to use tools to improve your personal productivity, leverage tools that are already on the market, or build things that are custom to your company. We can provide you with sort of advice on how to get started. We also work with companies to build custom AI solutions that leverage their own operational data. So for example, if you wanted to have a chatbot that was not just generic Q&A, but really would help clients or employees know specifically about your company, for example, we build that into a chatbot for you. There's a whole range of other AI solutions that we provide. And we also provide professional training, both for technical and non-technical audiences, to really help with upskilling and staying sort of ahead of all of the emerging trends, best practices, skills, and risks that come in today's AI landscape. So that's just a very high level overview of who we are. Amber's going to talk a little bit more at the end about how we can specifically help you, but we want to spend most of the session really talking and giving a little bit of a starting point for what AI is, how to understand and unlock its potential, and steps you can take both by yourself and or in partnership with us to prepare yourselves to really take advantage of AI as it emerges and becomes more popular and more embedded in both our everyday and in our companies and our economy. So I will turn it over to V2 now to take you through the talk on AI, its potential, and some of the adoption best practices that you can start taking today to get your company ready.
Thanks, Natalie. Welcome, everyone. It's an exciting time for small and medium businesses as we stand on the brink of a technological revolution. And today, like Natalie mentioned, we're going to dive into how AI can be leveraged for competitive advantage. And I know many of you represent small businesses, and we want to focus on how AI can be accessible and practical for your needs, especially given resource constraints. And so let's begin quickly by outlining sort of what we'll cover today. First, we'll break down the core concept of AI. We'll discuss why AI is crucial for small businesses and how it can directly engage your operations. We'll also explore current trends and examples of AI in action, some of the work we've done at the AI Hub, and provide actionable steps that you guys can take home with you for adopting AI within your organization. So AI is no longer a luxury for big companies. It's becoming a necessity for small businesses. Why? Because AI enables businesses to stay ahead of competitors by fostering innovation and agility, whether it's quickly adapting to market changes or addressing customer demands. There are 2 types of AI that often comes up in discussions. One is artificial narrow intelligence, and the other is artificial general intelligence. ANI is where we are today, focused on specific tasks like voice assistants or recommendation systems. It's what powers technologies you use daily, like Google Photos or Netflix. AGI, on the other hand, is more about a human-like AI that can perform a wide range of tasks, which is still theoretical, but offers a glimpse of the future. So let's take a closer look at what the specific ways AI can transform small and medium-sized businesses across in three things that I'm going to highlight: innovation, efficiency, and personalization. So innovation, staying ahead of competitors. AI can drive innovation and maintain a competitive edge, even for smaller businesses that often face resource constraints. And here's how. So agility and adapting to market changes. So AI enables businesses to respond quickly to changing market dynamics, whether it's shifts in customer preferences, emerging trends. AI can process real-time data and generate actionable insights. For example, AI-driven analytics tools can track customer sentiment across social media and help small businesses adjust their marketing strategies very quickly. And this means smaller business can be more agile, rapidly adapt to what the market demands without significant overhead. Another aspect is predicting customer behavior. Machine learning models, or like AI models, can analyze historical customer data to predict future, for example, buying behaviors. And AI doesn't just help react, it helps you anticipate what customers might want next. Imagine being able to forecast which products will be in demand in the coming months based on current buying trends. This gives small businesses a significant advantage in terms of inventory management and marketing. Another thing is new business models. AI can open up entirely new avenues of revenue. For instance, some small businesses have used AI-powered platforms to offer personalized subscription services or launch digital products that wouldn't have been feasible before. And these new business models can differentiate small businesses from competitors. The second thing was efficiency. So one of the biggest wins for small businesses through AI is operational efficiency. With tighter budgets, small businesses must maximize every resource. And there are some ways AI can help achieve this. So one is automating repetitive tasks. So AI excels at handling repetitive, time-consuming tasks that take up valuable employee hours. For example, AI can automate everything from data entry to processing invoices, freeing up employees to focus on more strategic, high-value activities. And consider the impact of like chatbots that we see nowadays. AI can handle routine customer inquiries 24/7, enabling small business to provide fast, efficient customer service without the need of hiring additional staff. Another aspect is optimizing resource allocation. So AI is also highly effective at analyzing operational inefficiencies, whether it's optimizing the supply chain or helping in scheduling. AI can assess where resources are being underutilized and provide suggestions for improvement. In retail, for example, AI can help predict stock levels, ensuring that neither overstock nor understock, leading to better cash flow management. And the final thing here is predictive maintenance. This is especially crucial for businesses in sectors like manufacturing and logistics. AI-driven predictive maintenance tools can monitor equipment and predict potential breakdowns before they actually happen. And this means less downtime, reduced repair costs, longer equipment lifespan, contributing to a more efficient operation. The final kind of aspect is personalization. So customer experience is becoming a key differentiator, and AI is a powerful tool in this area. By offering more tailored interactions and services, small businesses can build a deeper customer loyalty. And there's a few ways we can achieve this with AI. One is tailored customer interactions. So businesses can personalize every touch point with customers. For example, recommendation engines can suggest products based on customers' past purchases or browsing history. Chatbots, which do natural language processing, can deliver personalized responses to customer inquiries. The second bullet here is improve customer retention. So small businesses often have resources for customer retention programs, but AI can help bridge that gap. By analyzing customer data, AI can uncover patterns in behavior, enabling business to anticipate customer needs and deliver personalized experiences. And this could be anything from like sending a targeted offer to a customer who hasn't shopped in a while, or to preemptively address like common issues in their product journey. These proactive measures can lead to increased customer loyalty and higher retention rates. And the final bullet here is data-driven insights. So AI tools can analyze customer interactions to provide data-driven insights. So by identifying trends in customer preferences or behaviors, AI allows small businesses to fine-tune their products, services, and marketing strategies. Instead of relying on guesswork or outdated strategies, small business can actually make more informed decisions based on real-time data. So a local restaurant, for example, might use AI to analyze which dishes or meals are most popular on different days of the week and adjust their menus accordingly. So this brings up a big potential, the economic impact of AI. And according to the McKinsey Global Institute, AI is expected to contribute to an astonishing $15.7 trillion to the global economy in the coming years. And this represents an incredible opportunity for every sector, including those where small businesses operate. So if you look at the industries are expected to gain the most, retail, travel and transport and logistics, automotive and assembly, basic materials and electronics. And why does this matter for small business? Because AI offers a chance to compete on a global scale, regardless of size. And by adopting AI early, small businesses can capitalize on the economic wave and carve out new growth opportunities. But yeah, in short, like AI is not just an abstract kind of technological advancement. It's a major force in reshaping the global economy, and small businesses stand to benefit immensely by being proactive and forward-thinking in their AI strategies. So this kind of brings us to the trends and future of AI. I'll go over sort of how AI is being used and where it's headed. This is kind of a visualization of the path to modern AI. We saw several AI winters, and in the past decade, there's been a lot of breakthroughs that kind of led to where we are today, like the ChatGPT era or the generative AI era. You tend to hear these buzzwords, but a lot of milestones have happened throughout the years to kind of help us come to this point. And I'm not going to go into the details here, but this kind of gives you kind of like a visualization of where we were and where we are now. And as a result, there's a lot of tools that have been developed in recent times. And this is just kind of showing you guys like a landscape of the different tools that are available. Later on, I'll kind of break down like where these tools kind of fit in and what areas. But this is just kind of like, you know, as of 2024, these are the type of tools that people are using to help leverage AI. And so current trends, as I mentioned before, AI is used in personalized marketing, where AI can analyze customer behavior to provide highly targeted marketing, making it easier for small business to personalize ads and content, leading to better return on investment. And then the second thing is AI-driven decision making, where AI small businesses can make more informed decisions by analyzing these large data sets to uncover trends, which help in everything from inventory management to financial forecasting. And then the final bullet I haven't touched on so far, which is ethics in AI. As AI continues to grow, issues like data privacy, transparency, and bias are becoming more important. So small businesses need to be sort of stay mindful of these concerns as they adopt AI technologies. And so as far as future outlook in AI, there's a couple of things that have been emerging over the past couple of years, especially. One is like democratizing AI by offering access to these powerful tools to folks like small businesses without requiring large infrastructure or like the dedicated in-house expertise. While that doesn't mean that you don't need a machine learning expert, you still need the machine learning expert in the loop. But now that tools which used to be only available in like large enterprise companies, we can actually access them because they're open source, or it could be some like small paid tier service. So now that you guys have a kind of broader understanding of what AI is, how AI can potentially be used in small businesses, probably wondering how AI actually works. And I think this is a nice quote from Demis Hassabis, the CEO of DeepMind. DeepMind is a top-tier research organization within Google now. The future belongs to those who understand AI and leverage its potential. And I think it's getting more and more apparent that this is the case. And sort of understanding how AI works is very important. In this section of the webinar, I'm not going to go into the details or the math behind all these things. Sort of high-level overview of how AI works end to end. And understanding how AI works can sometimes feel overwhelming, but it follows a fairly straightforward process. And I wanted to kind of break it down into 3 main steps, which are data preparation, model training, and deployment. So the first is data preparation. And then the second is, like I said, training AI models. It could be like off the shelf, like open source existing models, or custom models from scratch. And then the final thing is actually deploying it in production so you can actually use the model. So data preparation, this is basically the backbone of AI. AI models are only as good as the data they are trained on. And this data can come from a variety of sources, such as customer interactions, sales data, website activity logs, and even sensor readings from like Internet of Things devices. And then another critical aspect is actually data cleaning and structuring. So before this data can actually be used, it needs to be cleaned and structured. So raw data, which is what you would like, basically the data you get from the wild, often contains inaccuracies, duplicates, or missing information, which can hinder the effectiveness of AI models. So data preparation tools and techniques are essential for ensuring that the data is accurate, complete, and structured in a way that the AI model can actually learn from it. And then the volume and sort of the variety of data is very important. So the more data you have, the more diverse it is, and the better your AI model will perform. So small businesses can tap into various data streams, such as customer behavior patterns, transaction history, operational data like inventory levels. Even small businesses often have more data than they realize, and AI thrives on rich data sets. And then the second aspect is training AI models. So once the data is prepared, it's time to train the AI model. And during training, the model processes the data. It identifies patterns and relationships that it can use to make predictions or decisions. For example, if you're training an AI model for sales forecasting, it will look at historical sales data and recognize seasonal trends or external factors like holidays that affect demand. And then the second thing is algorithms and accuracy. So the model improves over time as it processes more data. Different types of algorithms are used depending on the task. For example, a particular algorithm might be used for classification tasks, where you want to identify, certain images or like certain patterns, where it's like could be a class from like 1 to 10, for example. While algorithms like neural networks, which are what modern deep learning or like modern AI is, are better for tasks like image recognition. The more data and iterations, the better the model becomes at predicting or making accurate predictions. And this brings us to custom model development. Custom models can be built for specific small business needs. For instance, an AI model trained to improve customer service can be tailored to understand your specific product or service offering, making it more effective than an out-of-the-box solution. And then finally, deployment. So how do you actually bring the AI to life? Like once the model has been trained and tested, it's ready for deployment. And this is where AI is integrated into your existing systems, whether it's a chatbot on your website, a recommendation engine for your e-commerce store, or predictive analytics for your sales team. And part of that is continuous monitoring. So AI models don't stop learning once they are deployed. They continue to learn and adapt as they receive new data. This is important because business conditions and customer behavior is always evolving, and continuous monitoring ensures that your AI model remains relevant and effective. And then the their third point is one of the advantages of AI deployment is scalability. So you can start small, perhaps by deploying a single chatbot, and then expand as you see results. And if the initial deployment of for example, a recommendation engine drives sales growth, for example, you could integrate similar AI tools into other areas like customer service or inventory management. And there are many ways you can actually deploy these models. So you can deploy it like on your website. You can deploy it in the cloud where users can access your AI model, or you can even deploy it on device. So let's say you have actual devices that you sell and you want to run an AI model on that. So that's another area in which you can deploy actual AI models. So hopefully that gives you an overview of how AI works. What are kind of like the three main components on getting an end-to-end solution. So let's now explore some real-world examples of how small businesses are using AI, and these are projects that were co-developed with the AI Hub. And these case studies illustrate that AI isn't just for tech giants. Small businesses are also leveraging AI in innovative ways across different sectors. So the first, before I dive into the case studies, I did want to go over sort of what are the different areas in AI, what are the different benefits of targeting these different areas, and then kind of everyday examples that you see in the real world, which you may not have even realized that AI is behind all of this. So machine learning, which is like the classical, which we used to describe the classical AI before the whole ChatGPT era, is still often used in practice and like for automating decision making, improving productions and efficiency. And some of these examples include like Amazon recommendation systems, like when you're using Amazon Prime for making purchases, and they often recommend different products. There's an AI algorithm behind that, making you recommendations to you based on your behavior. Natural language processing, like OpenAI, ChatGPT, which is a term used to describe anything to do with text. So when you're handling text data, we refer to it as natural language processing. And there's various sectors obviously taking advantage of this in like customer service, legal, marketing. Computer vision is a big one. We started off with like, autonomous vehicles, but now we see a lot of these computer vision algorithms being used in like your mobile devices and apps like Google Photos, or Google image search. And generative AI, we've heard this buzz term in recent times. It's to do with a lot of creative industries, marketing, and software development tend to use generative AI. You might have seen if you're someone that uses Photoshop or Adobe products, they've integrated generative AI tools for photo editing, video editing. Microsoft has developed Copilot, where developers or like software engineers can kind of have like an assistant with them, helping them generate code. And then the final kind of area is robotics. We've, especially in the past year, we've seen a lot of like robotics due to better innovations in robotic technology, but also because AI has gotten much more efficient, where you can actually run AI models on the robot itself. And it's being used in like manufacturing, logistics, healthcare. Amazon uses it a lot in their warehouses. Car manufacturers, like for example, when I was at Tesla, they were using actual robots to manufacture their cars. And there were still humans, but robots are doing a bulk of the work, maybe 80%. And so I'm not going to go into every single piece of technology here, but for each of these different categories I just outlined, there's a bunch of like open source and also cloud-based resources available that we can leverage for building some of these AI tools or applications. For example, ChatGPT, which is probably the most popular one you might have heard of, is used a lot in not just by tech giants, but small businesses as well, as we'll see in the next demo. So here we wanted to provide a demo of ChatGPT being used in like an actual small business application. Maybe I should just play the video. Hopefully the sound works. Sound work? No?
No, we can't hear it. Me too.
Okay. Okay. It was working when we tested earlier, but okay. Nope.
No.
Okay, well, one sec.
Someone mentioned that, did you share the sound with Teams?
Yeah, I did, which is why it's not. We tested earlier. Okay, let me try it now.
You can now chat with your company. Second
Yes.
Share by MinuteBox is an AI tool built on GPT-4 that lets you chat with your company, including corporate records, minute book documents, and your corporate database. You can ask questions like, what are the quorum requirements for the next board meeting? And let the AI co-pilot review all the corporate records and find you the right answer. Best of all, it can provide pinpoint citations with links directly to the source documents so you know exactly where it's getting its information. With one central source of truth for all your legal entities in MinuteBox, Second Share can provide immediate and accurate answers using advanced AI. Second Share by MinuteBox is the first AI that lets you chat with your company. Visit minutebox.com to learn how you can become an early adopter. Awesome. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but hopefully that was better. Yeah, so you can now chat with your company. That's a use case of how ChatGPT is being used in actual application that's used for small businesses. And I think, the opportunities with technologies like this is endless. And it's not just, like I said, something that only tech giants can take advantage of. So this is another project that one of the projects that I wanted to highlight in this part of the webinar. So this is a company called REI Power. And here the use case was, database optimization and predictive alerts. So REI Power is an energy company which implemented AI algorithms to automate fault detection in energy systems, particularly in cooling plants. So by processing log files, which they had, and visualizing, system performance on dashboards, the AI tool that we helped build helps identify and rectify issues before they actually escalate. And so what sort of impact does this have? The platform not only reduced energy consumption and operational costs, but also decreased the company's carbon footprint. So predictive maintenance, which I mentioned earlier in the webinar, is this important aspect of AI, and it helped reduce downtime and extended the lifespan of critical equipment, showing how AI can be leveraged to enhance efficiency in energy management. So this is another example of how a company that the AI Hub worked with called Granville Knowledge Management. And here the use case was document classification. So Granville uses AI to classify merger and acquisition, M&A documents into different economic sectors. This involved natural language processing, which I described before as a technology which you would use on like textual data to automatically sort documents into 3 hierarchical levels of economic sectors. And the result was highly efficient document management system. This AI-driven tool saved time by automatically classifying documents, freeing up employees to focus on more critical tasks. It also improved accuracy and decision making by eliminating the human error that could occur with manual sorting. So although we're demonstrating the benefits of AI in the case where we're applying it on M&A documents, you can imagine you can apply it on other documents as well. So this is just an example of how AI is being used in natural language processing. And then the final example we want to highlight here is a company called Oika, who developed a platform where home chefs could sell their culinary creations. They implemented AI-driven recommendation system to help users discover new dishes and chefs based on their preferences. By creating 3 custom recommendation system using AI, Oika kind of significantly enhanced the user experience and customer engagements by suggesting popular chefs. So in the last kind of a few minutes, wanted to go over how AI adoption, how a small business can prepare for AI adoption. So now that you've seen how AI works and how it's being used in the real world, let's talk about the practical steps you can take to adopt AI in your business. And it doesn't have to be like a super daunting task. Like I think what I'll be talking about is how to start small, be strategic, and scale up as you see success. So assess your operations. One thing we recommend is identify key areas. The first step is to evaluate your business operations. Where are your bottlenecks? Which tasks are repetitive and time consuming? These are typically the best areas for AI intervention. And then data readiness. Consider the data you already collect. Do you have enough data to train your AI models? If not, think about how you can gather more relevant data. And then, you want to start small. So pilot projects are the way to go. Rather than overhauling your entire business, start with the pilot project that allows you to test AI's effectiveness without a large upfront investment. For example, you could implement a chatbot to automate customer service inquiries or use AI to score sales leads. Then measure and learn. So use the pilot to gather insights. What's working? What could be improved? These early learnings will help you make better decisions when scaling AI across other parts of your business. And then finally, actually not finally, find a development partner. So while some AI tools are plug and play, more complex AI systems may require custom development and expertise that you might not have in-house. So finding a development partner who understands AI will help you build the right tools for your specific needs. And they can also help with ongoing monitoring optimization, ensuring your AI models remain effective over time. And then the final thing is invest in training. So your team needs to be comfortable working with AI. This might involve internal training sessions, workshops, or even preparing with an AI consultant to upskill your employees. Ensuring that your team understands the basics of AI will make the adoption a lot smoother. And then several AI tools are now available specifically for small businesses. Tools like Microsoft Copilot can assist with content generation in platforms like Microsoft Office. OpenAI's ChatGPT can handle customer service inquiries. And there's cloud-based AI services as well, which can be tailored to your specific business needs. And so in conclusion, AI is a powerful tool that can help small businesses enhance operational efficiency, improve customer experience, and stay competitive in an increasingly dynamic market. The key is to start small, elevate where AI can provide the most value, and invest in training. And with that, I want to hand it over to Amber, who will go over how AI Hub can help you guys achieve this.
Thank you so much, Vitu, for sharing your wealth of experience with the group here. So Vitu went through a few use cases that we have helped companies really implement and use AI at the AI Hub. What I'd like to do today is speak to how we can help you as business owners or members of small or medium-sized businesses. So V2 had suggested the first step is to assess operations in AI. So assessing where you are and where you want to get to and how you might be able to use AI in your business. As we saw, there's a plethora of ways you can use it, but really looking at what's the best way for your organization based upon your current organizational structure. So at the AI Hub, one of something that we offer to clients is a strategic advisory service. So this might include something that is data assessments, supporting you with identifying what is your ideal use case and platform as well. So what platform might you choose to use, and building out a strategic AI roadmap. So you can look to us as being the experts and advisors with you and look at how AI can help you. And we do provide reports, strategic roadmap reports for clients. That photo there, oh, sorry, go back, V2, just gives you a little glimpse and an indication of what that report might look like, and all the different areas that we look at and assess when it comes to implementing AI in your business. Okay, you can go ahead. So another thing V2 had suggested was starting small. The great thing about working with the AI Hub is that is how we manage most of our projects. So when we work with a client or we work with your organization, how we manage the interactions with us is typically on a project basis. So AI is evolving every day. We see that, we know that. And we build out our projects in phases. In essence, that helps you in many ways. So number one, building out a project in phases helps to keep up with emerging trends. So if we complete phase one of a project, we can, before developing phase two of a project, look at where is AI now, right? How is it evolving? And how can we ensure that what we are delivering stays in line with current and emerging trends? Protecting your investment is another reason why we build out projects in phases, so that we can look at, okay, phase one, we saw that maybe we can improve this area of the project, or we might want to focus a little more on this side of the project. That's where we can help develop the phases that make sense to your business, and improving your ROI. And as well, when you are working with the AI Hub, we have ongoing project communication with you as a business owner, indicating and showcasing that we're there for you, and we want to make sure that what we're delivering is what you are looking for, and will reach that final goal that you're looking for. So V2, you can continue. So finding a development partner, V2 did mention that this is important. So we at the AI Hub would like to see ourselves as your development partner. You can see based upon some of those case studies V2 shared that we were a development partner in all of those. And those are that's just a small selection of how many companies we've actually helped. As Natalie mentioned, we have helped 150 plus and growing organizations over the course of time since we've been the AI Hub. So you can leverage the unique benefits when you work with us as a college-backed AI Hub. So the AI Hub is a deep bench of AI experts who work in industry. We see that with V2. All of our principal investigators, aka our project leads, have extensive industry experience and work in industry currently. And most of our principal investigators have either their master's or their PhD, as well as an undergraduate degree, but oftentimes in the field of data engineering, data science, and very technical and very, very well versed in the world of AI. All of the work that we do is dedicated to developing real world solutions for industry-driven business problems. So use cases for AI are endless. We can help you in any way that makes sense for your business. A benefit of working to us at the college is that 100% of any intellectual property developed in your project remains your own. So we take no stake in that IP. And then we are also co-located in the same building and the same location as 2 other technical hubs, one being our Center for Cybersecurity Innovation and our Mixed Reality Capture Studio. So if you have a certain AI task at hand that could utilize some of those other tech pieces, we have access to those experts as well in-house. And then leveraging latest AI tools, as V2 mentioned, this is something that you want to be looking at when you're looking to adopt AI. We will work with you as your advisor to maximize the current AI tools and mitigate any risks to your company. So we will help you by picking the right tool for the task. We will also you will also minimize costs by leveraging AI Hub's computing infrastructure. We have heavy computing infrastructure in our AI Hub, and we can help you, especially as a small or medium-sized business, to utilize that existing infrastructure, which is sometimes a bit of a challenge to adopting AI. So we have that available for use to you. And then ensuring you use the tools responsibly. So V2 mentioned ethical AI is a growing concern and conversation in the world of AI. So what we will help you do is ensuring that any projects we build with you are ethical, private, secure, and your data and your clients' data will remain private, secure, and we look at your project with an ethical AI lens. So ensuring that you are staying ethical in your adopting of AI. And then we will also help you explore opportunities where you can customize, optimize, and test solutions before integrating them into your business. I know sometimes as a small or medium-sized business, you aren't quite sure if you want to adopt AI because it involves so much preparation for even the staff that work within your organization, right? Let's get everyone on board. But what we help you do is make sure that we're integrating the tools at the right time and testing the solutions, making sure that they work appropriately before you integrate them into your business. So it takes a little bit of risk away that way. Go ahead, V2. And then investing in training. So we at the Durham College AI Hub do offer training. We offer technical and non-technical training to upskill the workforce. We do have our newest training is actually available and live currently. If you go to this link, we'll send this to you following the webinar. But that is a course that's focused on governance, utilization, innovation, data, and ethics in AI. It's early bird discount is available to you until September 27th, and it's a quick 6-week course, but covers quite heavy content with industry experts. Alternatively to a program that's created such as this, we can work with your team to develop custom training. And this can be based on your specific AI adoption goals, the technical literacy. Maybe you have implemented an AI solution in your organization and the individuals or staff, suppliers need some training on that. We can work with you to develop that training. So this would involve us just having a conversation and seeing what do you need most? What do you see as your organization needing most training in? V2, you can go ahead. So I'd like to leave it here. And if you do have any questions following this call, we have some time for questions. We hope or know that there are likely a lot of questions in the world of AI, but please do reach out to us at the AI Hub at durhamcollege.ca. If you just want to chat through an idea where you might be looking at an opportunity to implement AI into your business and you just want to chat through that idea, please don't hesitate to reach out. That's what we're here for. Our mandate and our goal is to help bring AI solutions to organizations such as yourself. So I will leave it there and perhaps we will leave some time for questions. So if anyone has questions, please do let us know. Let me just see if there's any in the chat at the moment. Okay, so we have a question here from Paul. So how can I know if we have enough data to customize an AI solution? V2, do you want to take that one?
I can take that one up.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I think there's different factors. So one is we want to first clearly define our objective. So this can help identify the type and the amount of data that we need. And then the data quantity itself, to check if you have a sufficient volume of data, a common rule of thumb is that more complex models that we use in practice require larger data sets, like hundreds of thousands of examples. And while simpler models, like when I mentioned classical machine learning, they actually tend to perform well with less data. The interesting thing about data is that we don't have to solely rely on the data that you guys have, as in like the raw data that you have in your business. There are also ways to augment that data set through other machine learning techniques where you can expand a given data set to more examples. So let's say you start with 10, you only have 10,000 examples, but to train a machine learning model, you need hundreds of thousands or 50,000 or something. There are ways where you can augment that data set to kind of diversify your data and also try to capture a better distribution of what you can expect in the real world. So it's not strictly only the data that you have in your small business, but we can leverage that data to kind of synthetically augment it to something larger as well. I think the biggest thing is ensuring that you have diverse data that covers various scenarios that your AI model would encounter in real world applications. And then ensuring that the quality is clean, relevant, and representative of the problem space. So those are, I think, the two biggest things. And then with the AI Hub, we can work on improving your data sets to achieve this. Yeah.
Great, thank you. We have another question in the chat here. How secure is AI and what are the privacy risks?
Yep, I can take that. So I think there's obviously this can be a very complex question because you have data privacy where AI systems often require, like I said, large amounts of data, which can include sensitive personal information. And if this data is not handled properly, it can lead to breaches of privacy. And at the AI Hub, we have practices in place where we sanitize the data. Usually, we'll work with the small business or the business to help sanitize the data to ensure personal information is not included when training models. But this is an important part because we definitely don't want sensitive information being included when training AI models. The AI model itself, it's a black box, right? Like it's not like you can poke in and see the data the model was trained on, but we definitely don't want to include training examples where we have sensitive information, unless obviously there was like some agreement that was signed that we're allowed to use that information, but usually that's not the case. And then the other aspect is if training data contains a lot of biases, like when I say biases, like let's say you are trying to do like, face recognition and all your training data is based off of, people with light skin tones. And now it's like, unable to identify clearly or it's biased in its predictions, it's biased towards folks with, a lighter skin tone, because it just hasn't seen enough examples of other folks who may have darker skin tones. So this is like examples of biases in AI, and this can lead to like unfair treatment of like, certain groups. So we want to be aware of, things like this. And like I said, many AI models, especially the ones in the modern AI, are often seen as black boxes, making it difficult to understand how decisions are made. So we want to ensure that we're doing our due diligence on the data side to ensure there's no privacy risks.
Great, thanks, V2. And then the other piece I just wanted to add about us at the AI Hub here is that we can help you prepare for collecting that data, right? Ensuring that what you're collecting is what you need for your ultimate solution. So that's one way that we can help prepare you. If alternatively, V2, can you speak to, there are sometimes external data sets as well, right, which can help train models. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. So there's a lot of open source data sets. Open source meaning, it's publicly available. We can download it and repurpose it for our own, whether it's business needs or unique tasks. So that's definitely another option. So in combination of the data that you might already have, we can leverage, open source data sets, which is actually put out by these tech giants because they want to encourage, broader adoption of AI. And it's beneficial to use some of these data sets because it's been already curated and well cleaned by these tech giants and put out for other people to use.
Can you give an example of a data source like that, just that you've worked with?
Sure, yeah. So I think, like, for example, in chat, a lot of these tech giants have put out data sets where it's actual chat interactions between a user and an agent, for example, like an actual AI agent. And so they've captured this and cleaned it. And now you can use that data to actually train your own chat models. So now it becomes it improves its ability to understand like complex multi-turn conversations. And this, you can combine it with existing, for example, chat logs that you might have from your own like sales interactions. So this is an example, and it's quite popular, where, for example, you're using ChatGPT, or you have an open source model, like an off-the-shelf model that's been put out by some of these tech giants, but now you want to fine tune it or like repurpose it for your small business. You can combine it with some of this open source, for example, chat data with existing data you might have in-house. And this would give you a more diverse sort of improved model rather than solely relying on your in-house data.
Great.
Thanks, V2. So if anyone has any more questions, please do put those in the chat.
See, Amber, there's also a question about hardware. What kind of hardware would I need to run a private large language model? So V2, maybe you want to take that. I would just say that it's highly dependent on the use case. But V2, maybe you want to give a more in-depth answer.
Yeah. So usually the hardware is super important, obviously, for training AI models. You see these tech giants spending like, tens of millions of dollars on actually training these models. But the nice thing is they actually open source these models. So they'll train a massive model and then put it out there for the community to use. And usually that's where we'll like, repurpose, leverage it, and fine tune it, or like apply it for a unique task or a business use case. But to actually, so usually we'll run it on something called GPUs, which are designed and created by a company called NVIDIA, if you guys haven't heard of them. But depending on the size of the models, you would need, GPUs with different capacities. So this is if you want to, run LLM, for example, in-house. And this is something that the AI Hub can help with, because we do offer opportunity to like, host models. But also, I think Natalie can probably speak on that more, but we have the opportunity to host models, but as we do have infrastructure for this. And usually what small businesses who don't have the IT infrastructure do is actually, pay to like, host it in like some sort of cloud environment, which has instances of these GPUs. Yeah.
Great.
So if maybe V2, I'll just add to that, and I would say that these hardware decisions are really important. and they can be very costly upfront. And so it's like anything, you want to bring the right tool for the task. So you don't want to bring a machete to the dinner table. You don't want to try to cut down a tree with a butter knife. So this is where getting that strategic advice can be really helpful, to look at what is the problem you're trying to solve, both today and in the future, what data is going to be required and what infrastructure is going to be required, and play around in the sandbox that we have available before making those big investments. And we can help you target the investments, so that you're not wasting money, power, all of it.
That's excellent. Well, we're at time, so I just want to say thank you very much to the team from Durham, Vitu, Amber, and Natalie. This has been great. We really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us today. And I'll remind everybody that we will be sending out a recording of the call, and we will probably be sending out a survey as well afterwards. So look for that, and if you can help us out by answering that survey, that would be really good. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out directly to the folks at the AI Hub in Durham, or if you want to, you can reach out to them through us here at Horn IT, either through me or through your VCIO. We'd be happy to facilitate a connection if you want to explore this further. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we appreciate your time.
Thank you, Paul and team, and for all the participants. We really appreciate it. Great to meet you, and hope this was an insightful conversation.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.